different position today. There's a wee bit more activity around here. Fantastic. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon. So I'd like to share a little bit about the nature of constants. And there are some primaries that exist in this experience that we have as human beings. And it's important to share them so that you can understand a little bit of what's there. It may not mean a lot to the average person, but guys, it's just the more information you get, the more equipped you are, and that's where I'm coming from, providing that information. Paramount right now to share about is suffering, but I'm going to give you a balanced aspect to it. I'm going to give you what I've come to understand, and what, if you look at it yourself, and you look at it not only with yourself, with your friends, your family, with anyone in your life that you'd share to, or even beyond that, those that are outside the world. Now, we can look at all the turmoil in terms of refugees, wars, manipulation, your mortgage, your job. Somewhere along the line, someone or yourself has understood suffering, and it's a constant that is applied to every single being on this earth, on this dimension. And it's that easy. And you might say, well, you're not interested in hearing that? And I'd encourage you to have a look at a couple of examples that I'm going to share. Nice and sweet. It's constant throughout creation, for the human creation. I'd categorise it as there being two sides in life. Those that are working in the light, and I don't know how you perceive that with yourself, but I would say that working in the light is for the betterment of humanity. And I don't like using the word humanity because it doesn't deserve the respect that it's been given. But for the benefit of all. And so you're looking at it, your life maybe, in a way that you are doing something proactive. And you know that whatever you're going to do, it's going to benefit somebody along the line. Now, that's what I call being in the light. The other side, in the dark, I would determine that to be greed, ego, manipulation, control, politics, topics of today like Monsanto and the oil pipeline in America that wants to go through, and the Native Americans standing up for their tribal rights, the land rights, and the right that they were given, and that was to honour and protect the land. So, I'm not saying they're the dark, I'm saying that the pipeliners, they're in the light, and for me, they're in the light. But if you look at every one of those examples I've expressed, you'll see that everyone's known suffering. And here's a couple of examples, and I don't know if you're religious, but I'll point these ones out. If you look at Jesus suffered. You look at Buddha suffered. You look at Mahatma Gandhi suffered. You look at any of the masters that have existed, and there's so many of them, they suffered. You can look at the greats, you can look at Leonardo da Vinci, they suffered. These beloveds suffered. So there's no one in creation, this creation that is, this earthly creation, that has not and will not go through suffering. That everyone has felt suffering, will either go through suffering or has been through suffering. And the majority of distress within the being is suffering. And the primary example of this is something that you know or feel to be true in yourself. I'm not going to project it onto you. I'd ask you to look. And what you'll find is an absolute truth. But to give you a recognition that one of the primary rules of today's environment is suffering. It's an absolute that works all the time right now. It does not mean that it will continue to. It does mean that to be aware of it, you have an opportunity to change it. And I mentioned that in the previous video, that you use your immunity to remove the suffering. And if you follow that last video, you'll understand where that was coming from. So I hope that helps. Take care, you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Ciao.